Was Meghan shunned by Oprah when she didn't show up for her birthday? Despite having a star-studded birthday party, Meghan was devastated when Oprah didn't show up. Sussex has finally worn out his welcome in Hollywood. Hello, and welcome back to the Royal Family News Update Show. After arriving in the United States, Harry and Meghan have not stopped trying to join the ranks of Hollywood's elite stars. Even they, as conceited as they are, must see that it was a failure. They'll never be invited over by their preferred social circle. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex skipped Oprah Winfrey's star-studded birthday bash held yesterday. So, it looks like Meghan won't be inviting her neighbor Oprah over to Montecito anytime soon for a cup of tea. After the couple decided to share their story via Netflix documentaries and tell-all story, the tide has turned and their loud mouths are being used against them. We can no longer put our faith in them. Meg was never anything more to Oprah than an interview subject. Nobody in Oprah's inner circle ever accepted her. Ms. Winfrey would not look at Harry for any reason other than as a potential investment. Meg was used, and so was Harry, but I am sure she was given the impression that they would be friends. One of the attendees was Priyanka Chopra, which piques my interest. In the past, she and Meg were good friends. When Catherine entered the royal box at Wimbledon, did you remember that Priyanka was the only person in the box who didn't clap? Hollywood A-listers don't take long to figure out who to avoid, and Meg's notoriety spread like wildfire. This is par for the course in Hollywood, I am afraid. The poison chalice has been passed down to Meghan. Do you think karma is far away? It's safe to say that she'll never make it to the top of Hollywood's A-list. Therein lies the distinction. Everyone treats her like an outsider and refuses to give her any special treatment. Not even being Oprah's neighbor helped establish their credibility. They also did not receive an invitation to Obama's party. Many American institutions, including professional sports, the entertainment industry, and even the political sphere, are ruled by hierarchies of black people. None of these categories describe hapless and Meghan. Furthermore, it appears that Oprah's only African American friend is Gayle. Perhaps Meg's felt she was too black for the event. Who wants to be friends with someone who could get them killed by the Taliban, or who could become impoverished and start spilling the beans about everything they've ever told them? They've managed to completely cut ties with the powerful members of society. They'll just have to accept invitations from fellow social climbers who are also trying to make it big in the elite social scene. It makes me think of the destitute European aristocracy that emigrated to the United States after World War II in the hopes of making connections with wealthy Americans who would provide for them in exchange for the honor of knowing someone from the aristocracy. The white trash of the United Kingdom will eventually be forgotten. Along similar lines, the royal family's reaction to Harry and Meghan's Oprah appearance. Sometimes I am happy with the way things are going, and other times I think Parliament and King Charles should take everything away from Harry, but what if our current understanding of events is incomplete? We like to think we know, but the truth is we don't. Is it possible that if Harry lost his birthright as a prince and his place in the line of succession, he would become hopelessly depressed and take his own life? If that happened, we'd all agree that the price was too high. Just by looking at Harry, we can tell he is an alcoholic and drug user. What does his family do when they see him looking stoned and confused on numerous occasions over the past year? We can assume that Meghan, a narcissist and a people-pleaser, won't put Harry's needs before her own pursuit of unfathomable fame and wealth. Who then watches over a family member who is actively destroying themselves, especially if the wife is aiding in this process? I disagree with bending to Harry's demands and putting the royal family in his hands. In a word, no way in hell. No matter how much Harry wants to, he will never again be able to apply for the position of Major General of the Royal Marines. After all he's said and done in interviews and books, he's no longer fit to serve in a royal capacity. They know he's brought shame on the royal family and himself. That's why I think some subtle, behind-the-scenes action occurs at times. Charles, King of England, is showing a surprisingly civil demeanor. He doesn't come across as a jerk, and he seems to be above the fray. When put that way, do you think it's adequate? Maybe. Harry and his as yet unseen offspring will be removed from the line of succession, so I've read. That's just, and it doesn't strip him of any honors. Meghan will likely start referring to herself as Princess Henry if she loses the Duke of Sussex title, and her fans will likely eventually change the name to Princess Meghan. The last thing anybody wants is that. Where does that leave the royal family? Maintaining command of the situation. They give off a steely impression. Both Harry and Meghan are severely injured by the grenades that have been thrown at them. Harry comes off as narcissistic, inconsiderate, and mentally unstable. Given this, Meghan has been forced to retreat into a solitary activity, writing about herself. Since she chose to spend her life with Harry, he inevitably reflects her. She looks just as sketchy and off-kilter as Harry does after being exposed. Harry seems fixated on his penis, and Meghan is well aware that he sounds like a prepubescent adolescent boy. She hasn't done anything to help him mature. They're both covered in dirt. Dignity. Royal family members have this in abundance. Not the royal family of Montecito, though, everyone knows that. A growing number of people realize that Harry and Meghan have spent the past 18 months complaining about being royal. Even though being a royal is a wonderful position for anyone other than a woman who can't be nice. As a bad actress, Meghan would never be able to convince us that she was capable of doing the job. She made a fool of herself and appeared inept. To sum up, the royal family seems content to continue doing royal things. The affluent royal family is thriving because narcissists fear being ignored as much as they fear death. Extra footage of Prince William and Duchess Catherine is highly desired. You must supply us with Camilla and Charles, as well as Zara and Mike Tyndall. We've grown tired of Harry. There will be a candelabra at the ceremony for him to sit behind. In the back row, he won't get any of our attention. It's irrelevant that Harry played second string a decade ago. Although, I do believe the books Harry and Meghan will write about each other are going to be delicious, at least initially. True royals carrying out legitimate duties have my full approval. They have chosen to disregard the American side of the family and continue looking fabulous while serving their country and the Commonwealth. Even Oprah only invites winners to her birthday bash, and this year the winner list includes Kim Kardashian, Sofia Vergara, Jennifer Lopez, and Sharon Stone. Poor Meghan was left out. From Oprah. When it comes to royal families, the world knows that the royals residing in Britain are the ones who come out on top. Too much of what she's done makes it hard to believe anything she says. I have to admit, Piers is correct. She has already declared her intention to hit the ground running in modernizing the monarchy. Many of the staff she borrowed from Kate Middleton were willing to help because she would text them at 5 a.m. with their tasks for the day, ensuring that they were completed correctly. During Meghan's reign, many people who had previously worked for the monarchy left their posts. The Queen told her to wear stockings, among other things, because she wasn't dressed appropriately. In an effort to steal the show at Beatrice's wedding, she let everyone know she was expecting Archie. To paraphrase Piers, she's never met a camera she didn't like. He's right, of course. Look at the images. They all feature Meghan's entire face. Furthermore, Harry's own brain. Even though Harry was a prince and should have gone first, she constantly cut in front of him. There's a lot more to mention, but do you get the drift?